Hello, welcome to my next or latest video demonstration for you. Again, if you like it, please subscribe below and like it and possibly share it. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Going on from my video with embossing, which I did, if you look at one of my previous videos, I did basic embossing, covering embossing powders. Today I'm going to take that a stage further and I'm going to show you several things of what you can do with your embossing powders, and by predominantly doing backgrounds. Being a stamper, I'm always one for trying to do my own backgrounds, and if you look at this card here, the background here is what I've achieved using my stamps and embossing powder and inks. But what I'm also going to show you is using different inks and sprays and what effects you can get. So what I'm going to do, I've done a lot of the embossing on this card already, but I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I'm going to just fill in a few of the gaps, and the stamps that I've used are the Echinacea blueprint stamps by Barouque, and I've essentially used all these little elements, the flower head, the Echinacea flower head, and these little bits here to create my background. You won't be able to see a lot at the moment until I start applying the inks, but trust me, if I can wiggle it around a bit, you might be able to see some of the shiny bits of the embossing. So, as in my previous video, anti-static, Versamark ink pad. So I'm just going to lightly ink up my stamp, and I'm just going to randomly stamp fill in a few of the gaps that I've got. And another one there, I think, and I think possibly we can have one just over here. Right, that should do me for now. Put the lid back on the stamp and get a clean, I'll do that later. And then I've used Wow Opaque Bright White Superfine embossing powder. So sprinkle this on, and it will catch the areas that I've stamped. So you can see the 4 areas that I've stamped. So I'm just gonna put this back into my jar. Put that away. And clean up the biscuit. We just heat set this. Let's get my little tool, and we just heat set. And it doesn't matter if you won't affect the previous embossing that you've done. That'll be fine. Don't worry about that. So I'm just waiting now for this to change colour. It should go a nice shiny white. There we go. Don't know if you can see it. There we go. See it changing colour and going a nice shiny white. There we go. Cool. Pleased with that. So I'm quite happy with that now. It's all. Just do cool. So I'm happy with that. Put that back. Put that back. So I'm quite happy with that. They're all pretty good. Bring in my non-stick waterproof stamp sheet. Put ink pad, reverse mark ink pad back. So what we have here is, so the first thing I'm going to use is obviously Distress inks. So I'm just going to get my ink blending tool, and I'm going to use a series of colours, and I'm just going to lay the colour down onto my cardstock, and get a kitchen towel. There we go. So I'm just going to lay colour down, and as you can see, as I apply the colour, it's going to resist where I've embossed. So I'm just going to do this really quickly and randomly. Put that back underneath. Going for another colour, which I think might... Let's go for Carl Pumpkin. That's a nice bright colour. So these are the normal Distress ink pads. So basically anything that you've got water-based will resist. You can use for this technique, and I will be using other bits and pieces in a minute to show you the effects you can get. So you can use all different kinds of inks and sprays, which I'll be showing you, just to give you an idea of what you can achieve with your stamps. I'm all for getting the maximum use out of stamps. So I've just gone now in with dried marigold, which is like a yellowy orange. Again, I'm just doing this very quickly, and if I've got any white areas, just quickly go over that, and then back down here with the dried marigold. So there's my first one. So that's my first background done with normal Distress inks, and I have got a perfectly acceptable, nice background. Hope you can see that. And it's and that will, and the thing is with doing your own backgrounds, you can choose your own colour scheme. It will blend in with the main picture that you want to put on front. So as I've done with this, I've used all the same stamp from the same stamp sets, and you know, I've coordinated everything together. And this is what you can do with your own backgrounds. So whatever colour scheme you choose, you can coordinate it all. So that's my first one. So that's that done. So let's put these away. Put the blending tool away. Put the Distress ink pads away. So the next one I'm going to use is Distress oxides. Now, I'm using the Quiche Flamingo, which is the latest colour in the range, and I've got the Speckled Egg, which was the first colour that was released. So I'm going to use, and I've just got some blending foam. I'm just going to go quickly in with the Quiche Flamingo and apply it to my card. And again, you can see straight away it is resisting the embossing powder. So let's work our way over here. So there we go. Quite happy with that. So I can put that back to one side. And I'm just going to go in with a little bit of this speckled egg. And I do like the combination of these two colours. So let's blend it in a little bit. And as if by magic, you see where you've embossed and it just all magically appears, as you can see. Blend them all nicely together. And I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to leave that as it is. So, we have got one background, two backgrounds, two quite different looks, obviously because we've used different colours, and so that's the first two we've done. So I'm going to put those to one side, put my Distress Oxides to one side, and then we get down to the messy little bits. So we're going to put those to one side. So I'm going to use another one now. And again, you can use, let's see, what have I got here? Okay, so I have got Distress Spray Stain, Distress Spray Stain, and I've got it in Crackling Campfire Speckled Egg again. So, give that a little spray. Make sure you now what you can do is just leave that. I'm going to put a bit more speckled egg on, and just leave that to dry, or you can heat set it if you want. If you're impatient like me and you just want things speeded up. And again, you've got a totally different look again. Quite dramatic with the Crackling Campfire. Dab it off as well if you want to. There we go. So we've got another background, effortlessly done, apart from the embossing, and again the embossing has resisted the inks, and we've got a completely different look as well, another one. So I'm just going to wipe up my surface here, get a baby wipe, clean up my area. And this is where it can get a little bit messy. So get rid of that one. And get a towel and just wipe that down. There we go. Nice clean. See how surprising how much ink still comes back off. So one more, well two more, got this one, and I've got here some of the Ranger Dilutions ink spray. So again, these are water based, they're just inks. So again, just going to spray as we did before, a few colours, and again you can see and you can just mop some of them, mop some of it up, some of the excess if you want. Oh, look at that. And just dab it. So there we go, we've got, oh look at this. This is quite nice. So I'm just going to leave that to dry, wipe up the rest of my ink from my mat, and I have got one more to show you. I'm just going to quickly dry this. That is quite nice, I like this. I'll just quickly dry this off. Don't worry about the car. So we have another background done with Dilutions ink sprays. So there you go. I'm trying to hold it up to the camera so you've got a better view of it. So we've got that one. So that's another one. And the last one is going to be done with brushos. So I've got all my brushos here. So just going to, what should we go? Let's see. Oh, let's a bit of orange. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few random colours onto my card. Now on this one, because I'm going to be spraying with water, I've used watercolour cartridge card, so it just takes the water a little bit better. So olive green, that might be a nice one to use. So I'm just going to, what have we got here? There we go. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to go too mad. Put my brushes back to one side, and I've got my spray bottle, my mister, and just watch. And then just dry it. Again, if you want to mop up some of the excess, you can. And this will, and as you can see, it's just delivered a more subtle background. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the dark green again, sea green. Let's try that. And the nice thing with brushes, you can do as many layers as you want. And just leave that to dry. So I'm just going to have a quick mop up around here. Put my misters away. Clean all this up. Put my static bag away. There we go. Wash my hands later. So we have achieved in this video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different backgrounds using one set of stamps, various water-based products to achieve different style backgrounds. So that was done with ordinary distress ink pads, distress oxides, sprays, distress sprays, stains, dilution inks, and finally brushos. So there you go. That's how you can achieve and do your own backgrounds using your stamps, white embossing powder, and then different dye-based mediums like your dilution inks, your distress stains, oxides, and we've got our backgrounds. I hope you like this. Please like and subscribe below. If you like it, that's absolutely brilliant. Like and share it as much as possible, and please again subscribe below. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and hopefully see you soon. Thank you. Bye.